Afternoon. This is Nita and Miss Panda with the Timepiece Garden. So we got storms rolling in. So we've met today's high. Yeah. Lots of wind. You can see my spinners are spinning. It's one of those that smells like rain, which is always awesome because it smells clean, you know. But it's not rained yet. So me and Panda just kind of hanging out, taking a minute at a time. Whatever we decide to do, we'll bring you along. So I'll talk to you later. Afternoon. This is Nita and Miss Panda with the Timepiece Garden. And it's a icky day. So we got storms coming, but they're not here yet. Lots of wind. So I'm gonna work in the workshop. It keeps me out of the wind. It's not excessively hot, it's not excessively cold. Work in the workshop. And I'm back with my pear sticks. So I started that spire, and again, just didn't think it would do what I want it to do. That makes sense as a spire, because the fruit would end up growing inside and I wouldn't be able to harvest it. So I'm going to try and make an arch. Take a couple of the longer sticks and hoop them over. Kind of hoop them over with each other and just see if I can go ahead and make an arch out of it. Because when the pear wood dries, it'll dry stiff enough again so the blue butterfly peas or my mouse melons, other things that like to vine, will vine on them, And if I do it right, the fruit hangs down on the inside, and I've got this pretty little arch vine going on, so that's the thought process. That's what I'm going to start on. If I finish that, then I'll start looking at how I want to make this as a screen, with 3 parts. But I'm going to go ahead and do the vines first, because they can sit in here and dry after I get them together, because right now they're still very pliable. So let me get busy, and I'll talk to you in a few. Alright, so the basic arches are done. You can just see where it's 2, and then the wrapped here against the top. Just some twine to wrap it around and hold it still. And then there's 2 support brackets to help hold it in that arch shape. And I'm going to set them here against each other. And you can see they're about the same height. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to set them up, and all the little support thingies are going to go in between them this way. So this way it's only going to be about 1 foot wide, but this will be the side that the vine goes up. And the wider entrance here is what I'll go into so I can harvest fruit from the inside. So that's the thought process. Again, I'll show it to you again in a second when I've got them all together. So talk to you in a few. Alright, well the top came out semi-right. You can see where it's got the arch area so I can reach in and pick fruit. And from the sides you can see where I've added the cross beams that go across, especially down there at the bottom, but at the bottom it twists. And I don't want to square off the bottom, because this last 8 inches or so that's down here on the bottom of each of them is what's got to go in the ground to support it. So fortunately, if I straighten the left side out, the whole thing wobbles crazy. It wants to flip, and being that it's not in the ground, I'm not going to try and force it to do that right now, kind of. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the side brackets on both sides, and then see if maybe I can just wrap some of my longer square pieces around and square it so it dries square without the twist, because you can see it at this angle. It's in there. Otherwise we'll see. It'd be like my hoop tunnels, Alice in Wonderland. It's okay. I've got some, if necessary, I've got some pieces of rebar, 6 inches in the ground, and then tie it off to the support to hold it. Not an issue. And if that doesn't work, then I still have, come on, Nita. I've got some miscellaneous fiberglass rods. Hey, see, it just fell. It's because it's twisty. But I've got some miscellaneous fiberglass rods. I've got some just some leftover pieces of wood that I can cut appropriately, stake into the ground, and then tie it to the stakes. So it doesn't do the flip over thingy like it wants to do right now. Because even on its sides, you can see it where the side we're looking at here is really straight, and the side underneath it is not. It's just, it's twisty, and I don't know why. I'm assuming the vine itself was twisty. It wasn't as straight as I thought it was. But it's all good. I said I'll figure it out. Talk to you later. All right, there it is in all of its wonky glory. Oh, see? I had it standing there for a minute. All right, so again, there it is in its wonky glory. Again, you can see from the sides, it's about 1 foot wide. That's where the vines will go. It's up the side. Over on the other side, comes back down. Again, it leaves me the opportunity to reach inside and pick the fruit, whether it be little mouse melons or butterfly peas, blue butterfly peas type thing. But yeah, you can see where the front side closest to me, both legs are just wonky. I don't know why it did that, but it's okay. Like I said, I'll put some stakes in, give it some support, stand it appropriately when I actually get ready to put it in the yard and plant. Doesn't matter if it lasts a year or 2 or 3. It doesn't matter. It's all organic. This is just twine, putting it together. The whole thing going in the compost pile when it's done. So that's one. Now I won't lie, I've got several. I've got these here. Start at the floor and go up to the top of the up to the top of the workshop. So this one will be much taller than that one. Having said that, there's like 3 of them that have curve at the bottom. Those curves are going to have to come off. You kind of see the back 3 versus the top 3. Curves have got to come off. I'm assuming, hey, zoom out. I'm assuming that's what created some of my wonkiness down here. It's just the curve of the branch itself. I still have plenty of short sticks, to be able to do the, foot in between. And I still have plenty of twine. Having said that, I bought this twine because my recycled plastic that I got in Japan is almost gone. I gotta find something else. That twine is like tearing my fingers up when I'm tying all the knots. So I don't know if maybe I need to use some hemp cord or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Obviously I won't buy anything until I'm done using the twine because I've paid for it. Having said that, still windy, still icky, hasn't really stormed yet, which is awesome. But I'm not going to start another one tonight. It's already 4 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and go in the house, think about what I'm doing for dinner. Just kind of go from there. Even my wonky creation, where it's at. And I'll figure it out from there. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will talk to you later. So I don't know who's doing it, but you can see the smoke right there. It is the wrong day to have a fire because it is insanely windy. I mean, you can hear my wind chimes going. Right, where we at? Wind chimes, they spinning, they hanging out. I'm gonna take a drive. Last thing I need to do is go in the house and figure out that I can't leave because somebody's got a fire going on down there on a windy day. Who does this? Get my world. Who's the idiot down here at the end of the block? All right, talk to you in a few. And yes, I'm taking Panda with me. Okay, I'm videoing this because if this shit gets out of hand, burns the forest down and burns my house down, I'm gonna sue these. Excuse my French, but I'm gonna do it. I don't know what they're doing, but I don't see anybody out here, and their grass is on fire. It's there, it's in like 2 or 3 different spots. So let me drive around and go up and knock on somebody's house so they can get this shit under control. All right, give me a minute. So now I'm back in the Jeep, and this is just to show how windy it is out here. That makes sense. And this is my driveway, and the wind is going, how do I want to say it, from south to north. It's blowing down my driveway. Now it might be because my driveway is clear, but it doesn't matter. But you can see all that over there is in smoke. His front yard is on fire, his backyard is on fire, Control burn. Alright, don't burn my mountain down. I'd be just a little mad. Alright. Talk to you later.